Ghostly tales, yet mirrors of human life. Hey everyone! Welcome to Encountering Chinese, Ghostly Tales from Zhai. Today, I'm going to tell you a story called Furry Fox Spirit. There was a young man from a peasant family named Ma Tianrong. In his 20s, his wife passed away due to illness, and due to the family's poverty, he couldn't afford to remarry. One day, while Ma Tianrong was working in the field, he suddenly saw a seductive-looking young woman walking through the rice seedlings. The woman had a rosy complexion, a charming appearance, and exuded an alluring charm. Suspecting that she might be lost, Ma Tianrong approached her, attempting to tease and flirt with her. Surprisingly, the woman did not refuse his advances. Ma Tianrong then suggested engaging in intimate activities, and the woman laughed, saying, "Under the bright sun and clear sky, how can we do such things? When you return home, leave your door slightly ajar and wait for me. After dark, I will definitely come to find you." Despite Ma Tianrong's disbelief, the woman swore to keep her promise. Ma Tianrong shared his home address with her, and then she departed. That night, as promised, the woman arrived. The two spent the night together, enjoying each other's company. Ma Tianrong found the woman's skin exceptionally tender and decided to examine her with a lit lamp. He discovered that her skin was red and thin, resembling that of a newborn baby, but her entire body was covered with fine fur. Ma Tianrong felt curious and somewhat suspicious about the woman's origins, suspecting she might be a fox spirit in disguise. Jokingly, he asked if she was a fox fairy. To his surprise, the woman openly admitted it. Ma Tianrong said, "Since you are a celestial being, you can naturally obtain whatever you desire. Now that I have received your favor, could you provide me with a few taels of silver to ease my financial struggles?" The woman readily agreed to his request. The following night, the woman visited again, and Ma Tianrong continued to request silver from her. The woman pretended to be astonished and said, "What a coincidence! I forgot to bring the silver." In the early morning, as the woman was about to leave, Ma Tianrong reminded her not to forget the silver next time. During the night, Ma Tianrong questioned her again. "You haven't forgotten about my request, have you?" The woman smiled and told him to wait a few more days. After a few days, Ma Tianrong asked her for silver once more. The woman, with a smile, took out 2 silver ingots from her sleeve, estimating them to weigh around 5 or 6 taels each. The edges of the silver ingots were slightly raised, adorned with delicate carvings, displaying an elegant charm. Delighted to receive the silver, Ma Tianrong carefully wrapped them and stored them in a wooden box. 6 months later, Ma Tianrong urgently needed money, so he took out the 2 silver ingots to show someone. To his surprise, the person told him, "This is not silver, it's tin." He then bit the silver ingot with his teeth, immediately biting off a piece. Astonished, Ma Tianrong put away the 2 tin ingots and returned home. During the night, the woman visited again, and Ma Tianrong accused her angrily of deceiving him. The woman, with a smile, said, "Your fate is thin. If I had given you real silver, you might not have been fortunate enough to enjoy it." She then brushed off the matter with a smile. Ma Tianrong commented, "I heard that fox spirits are exceptionally beautiful, but now it seems not to be the case." The woman replied, "We fox spirits can change our appearance at any time based on the individuals we associate with. Given your lack of fortune, even if I gifted you an exceptionally beautiful woman, how could you appreciate it? With my ugliness and foolishness, I am naturally not suitable for those blessed individuals. However, compared to a woman with a hunched back and large feet, I still consider myself an extraordinary beauty." A few months later, the woman suddenly presented 3 taels of silver to Ma Tianrong, saying, "You've repeatedly asked me for silver, and I haven't given you any because your fate is thin, and there shouldn't be silver in your home. Now, since you are about to take a wife, I want to give you money for the marriage proposal, considering it as a parting gift between us." Ma Tianrong explained that he had no intention of taking a wife. The woman then told him, "Within 1 or 2 days, a matchmaker will surely come to you." Ma Tianrong asked, "What is the appearance of the new bride you mentioned?" The woman replied, "If you desire beauty, then she will be beautiful." Ma Tianrong said, "I dare not expect such beautiful women. But with only 3 taels of silver, how can I afford to marry someone?" The woman responded, "Your marriage has been arranged by the old man under the moon. It is not something that can be changed by human will." Ma Tianrong further inquired, "Why are you suddenly bidding me farewell?" The woman said, "Coming in and out of your home every day under the moon and stars is not a long-term solution. You have your own wife now, and there's no meaning for me to stay with you like this." At dawn, the woman hurriedly departed. Before leaving, she handed a small clump of yellow powder to Ma Tianrong, saying, "After we part ways, you might fall ill. Take this powder, and your illness will be cured soon." The next day, indeed, a matchmaker came to propose to Ma Tianrong. He first asked about the appearance of the woman, and the matchmaker replied, "The woman's appearance is neither beautiful nor ugly." Ma Tianrong then asked, "How much dowry does the woman's family want?" The matchmaker said, "It would be around 4 or 5 taels of silver." Ma Tianrong replied that he could afford the dowry and insisted on personally seeing the appearance of the woman. The matchmaker was concerned that the woman might be a virtuous woman who would refuse to reveal herself, but in the end, they agreed to visit the woman's family together. The matchmaker reminded Ma Tianrong to be cautious and not to reveal his identity. The two arrived at the village where the woman's family lived, and the matchmaker went ahead, asking Ma Tianrong to wait outside the village. After a considerable amount of time, the matchmaker returned and informed Ma Tianrong, "Everything has been arranged. I have a relative, and the woman lives nearby. I just visited their home and saw the woman sitting inside. You can pretend to visit my relative's house, pass by her door, and get a closer look at the woman." Ma Tianrong followed the matchmaker's instructions. Indeed, He saw the woman sitting in the house, with her upper body lying on the bed, while a maid helped her scratch her back. As Ma Tianrong quickly walked past the woman's house, he took a glance at her face. True to the matchmaker's description, the woman was neither beautiful nor ugly. When it came time to discuss the dowry, the woman's family didn't insist on more silver. They only mentioned having 1 or 2 taels of silver to help the woman buy new clothes and prepare for her marriage. Thinking he had gained an advantage, Ma Tianrong paid the agreed-upon amount of silver. He also thanked the matchmaker and the person who wrote the marriage contract. The 3 taels of silver were just enough, and he didn't spend any extra money. It was only when they chose an auspicious day for the wedding and brought the woman home that Ma Tianrong realized the woman was hunchbacked with a chicken-like chest, and her neck was shrunk like a turtle. Looking further down, the woman's feet under her skirt were as large as a small boat, measuring about 30 centimeters over. It was at this moment that Ma Tianrong woke up to the fact that the words of the fox woman from before had a reason behind them. At the end of the story, the author provides a commentary, stating, "The appearance of a fox spirit may change according to the different objects of interaction." Perhaps the fox woman in the story was making a self-deprecating remark about her own appearance. However, the truth about blessings and fortunes that she mentioned is truly convincing. I often say that without the accumulated kindness of several generations of ancestors, it is unlikely for descendants to become fortunate individuals. If a person has not been a good person for several lifetimes, it is also unlikely for them to marry a beautiful wife. Those who believe in cause and effect will surely not consider my remarks to be foolish and incredible. The story mentions a celestial being named the Old Man Under the Moon, also known as Chai Dao Huang. This figure is a deity in Chinese culture who oversees human marriages and is commonly referred to as the god of matchmaker. The term, Old Man Under the Moon, first appeared in the Tang Dynasty in Li Fuyan's novel, The Engagement Store. In the novel, there is a detailed description of this deity as a kind old man with white hair and a youthful appearance. He holds a red thread in one hand and a cane in the other, with the cane adorned with a registry of marriages between men and women. If a couple is destined to be married, the Old Man Under the Moon ties their feet with a red thread. Although humans cannot see this red thread, it binds the fates of the couple tightly together. Over time, many literary works have adopted this divine character to explain the destined unions between couples. Furthermore, as the image of the Old Man Under the Moon became ingrained in people's minds, temples were built to worship him. Even today, many people still admire and worship this ancient deity, and those seeking love may visit his temples to make offerings and wishes. Alright. That's all for today's ghostly tale. Furry Fox Spirit. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please also encourage everyone to comment and share more. We'll see you in the next episode.